actually says, I, wisdom, will add hours to your day. You can have a 27-hour day. It says, I, wisdom, will add hours to your day, and what else? You know what the other part is? Years to your life. Interesting, so you'll actually live longer with it. Interesting. But, you know, when I look at this topic, Jim and I were talking, we were just dumbfounded looking at some of the content that God's prepared here. The concept of wisdom to me is so gargantuan. It is so big that I don't think we could do this in 10 sessions. But to try to do it in one is just, kind of a Herculean effort. But we've had the good fortune to bring somebody that a couple of guys that are going to speak tonight that I find really, I honor you guys and I respect you and I appreciate your willingness to share here tonight. But there's not one aspect of your life that isn't touched by this concept. Solomon said, now this is the wealthiest and wisest man that's ever walked on this earth, except for Christ. I mean, the normal 100% man only kind of guy. Solomon was it. And no one on planet Earth will be wiser than this man for the history of the world. And he said everything that came to him came through one thing. Everything that he ever got came through wisdom. Every good thing. And the scripture indicates, it says, with all of your getting, get wisdom. Wisdom is the principal thing. It's the number one thing. Do we make it the number one thing in this country? Not even close. There's not one college course dedicated to a course on wisdom. It doesn't exist. China started one in 2012. It's the only country that's done it in 100 years that I know of. But the United States has 0 courses on wisdom. What's interesting, when I was working on a book about King Solomon, God made it very clear. Solomon had a code. It was like a combination to a lock. He said A and B and C. These 3 things are the key. These 3 unlock success in anything. He says, any enterprise is built by wise planning. They don't teach you that at Harvard. You will not get that in any business course that you need to have a wise plan, because they don't bring that word in. He also unpacked what wisdom is. He says wisdom is this. He also said wisdom brings success. Most people haven't heard that one. But he says wisdom is simply to know and to do right things. Whether it's doing right and righteousness, or whether it's just doing the right thing and not the wrong thing. Well, guess what? You do the right thing with your spouse, with your kids, with your garden, your car, right? I mean, you should maintain your car. You change the oil, it's the right thing to do. Not change it, wrong thing to do, right? Guess what? What will happen? I know, because when I was 16. Okay? So we've got a really short little 2 or 3 minute video that we're going to play. We'll go ahead and start that. And then we've got a really brief PowerPoint on some things that I want to breeze through as quick as we can. But this is such a big topic. I just kind of boggles the mind sometimes if you really get